Morning, everybody. So, long time no see. Let's see how rusty I got. Hey man, good luck. Can you tell something about the adaptions in the rush games? So, yeah, I mean, it's just important to not play too many tables because it's actually not, I mean, you can call it a rush game, but it's just, the main thing is that you are playing a different table every single time. So what is the first thing that you do when you sit down at a new table? Usually you look at your opponents and kind of come up with an idea or like with an idea or at least or some kind of pre-flop plan, let's call it that way. And this is something you need to do in rush poker every freaking single time. And yeah, right now, I mean, this is not my main game, so don't know the people, but I should start marking those people for sure. And that ace king up here is interesting. I know that there's some jamming, but having the king of spades should be, actually that should be fine-ish. Let's randomize, and the deuce is for now. Like, okay, this is, I think it's a little too deep for that, but yeah, his hand is just a clear fold. I'm jamming like some ace kings and mainly like jacks and queens, no club, and nines is a fold against that, but that's fine. Obviously I could just like play it in a different way. I randomized a little. If it's like 1.5 SPR left, I guess that's the play. Yeah, I have other options as well, but yeah, I don't mind. That was a flip, and I lost it both runs. That's fine. So yeah, it's really important to go for those light open raises when you should make those, that you go for those bigger open raises or like tighter ranges when you should. It's really a new table every single time. This is rush poker. So again, facing the donk here out of the small blind with those pocket nines. I mean, I'm definitely raising that one up. And facing the re-raise. I mean, now I don't remember whether that was the guy from the 4-bet pot with nines. I feel like I'm had quite often here that this is like some random draw or 8s or 7s. If it's really like lots of 8s or 7s, I just wanna get it in right now. But yeah, let's see. I won't fold that one on that board for 50 bigs or something. 60 maybe. If he has 10s, that's fine. I mean, it's just like random button clicking, and I'm getting it in here. Board is not getting better for me. And ace 4, okay, the classic donk re-raise. It's okay. Now, down 2 stacks, but fine. I got the first note. To not get into that grind mood where it's just like clicking buttons, you get more and more emotional, and it's really more about like I try to win in the end and not just like I try to make perfect decisions like flopping a straight down here. What is that? So we can overbet or we can check raise. And yeah, this is the main thing, but in my long, let's call it long session, that's fine. Like, so in the afternoon or in the morning, I never play longer than those 90 minutes. That's just for sure. And in my like kind of nightly session, that's fine, right? I try to find really good tables, no rush poker, no nothing, and then I wanna stay at those. Then I don't care about playing optimally. It's like I try to make money. I add like up to, let's say, 10 tables or something, and that's all fine. If I randomize check up here, another one. So king 9. Now it's only 10 bigs. I feel like I let this one go, but no. Let's try. Let's get in there. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do lots of work on those pots here. And yeah, but up here I 3-bet ace-10 suited versus under the gun on the flop. I mean, he improved to queens on the turn, but that's it pretty much. So I'm definitely calling here. I mean, I'm checking an ace twice here. And now the problem is that I'm not like getting any value if he sizes up. He's not like value betting ace 5 now with 32 big blinds or something. And I don't see the bluffs, that's the thing. Yeah. So it's like he should check back ace queen every now and then on the flop. So this is like just kind of a random catcher. He plays 18 VPIP so far overall, so actually I don't think that he's bluffing too much here. He's never sizing up that way with like ace-jack, that just doesn't make sense. So I want to randomize some calls in, but I play aces and queens pretty much the same way, so it's like I'm not folding 100% or anything here. It's just yeah, my experience, what people are doing there, so I'm happy with that fold. I would have randomized a low number in calls in, just to be sure, but thoughts on 4BB win rate in NL25, 125k hands? What's the difference between BB adjusted per 100 with BB per 100? Ah, I don't get your questions, guys. So first of all, beating NL25 with 4BB seems pretty reasonable and good. A little too loose. Hit, yeah, let's see. It's really just to think about how much do you win against the pool. It's really more the pre-rake. If we say, hey, NL25 is raking 10 BB per 100, you're actually a 14 BB winner, which is really good against your pool. So it's really just like taking the post rake number doesn't make any sense for me to find out how good someone is. But yeah, it seems just pretty good. And the BB adjusted per 100 is just, if it is what I guess the like all-in adjusted one, that this is just not your true EV, but it's like just closer to it because it takes out one part of the variance, which is all-in situations. So, another one. How do you study your game on GG Poker? So first of all, we're playing Natural8. This is the GG network, but I guess that's the same question. I have trouble with hand histories. I know that I'm not playing here too much. Like, as I say, Russian Cash 200 is definitely not my main game. But I'm mixing in like good tables for like when there are like good spots running around, and yes, so it's really more about, those are not necessarily the spots I need to review the most. If it's just like a table running with like very weak players, then it's usually not the one that I need to work the most on. So the ones I work the most on are those where I play against good opponents, tough players, and yeah, this is mainly more happening on like when I play stars or something else. And down here I played a very interesting pot, blind versus blind. Dylan raises the flop. I just bet it small with that hand. He checks back the turn. Put him on like lots of like king 10 with the king of spades stuff. I think there's not much raising going on in theory, but my hand just fits too well into that block bet category on the river. It will be a block bet fold though. It's just like too fancy if he just like raises the flop now to bluff raise the river. I don't see it. So yeah, I mean that fits to the king of spades 10 that I was referring to. It just doesn't make any sense to raise. What you do by raising is actually you kill your positional advantage. You're one step closer, direction all in, and if you were all in, there is no positional advantage. So especially with a hand like his, I mean, that raise is just like really bad. Okay, let's see. Cold 4. We can jam here. We can call. I'm more into the calling camp, and here we will do the same thing. In position, large 4-bet. Flopping a set is pretty sweet, and I'll let you look at both of them. So he checks to us. I'm gonna stab quarter pot. And here, up there, I mean, we are dead to queens, kings, and aces, but we just gotta accept that. We deny so much equity of like some ace, king, ace, queen that he should all have, that check jam is pretty much the only option here. Would be better if we have a club as like some 5% backup, but we cannot choose. If we run into kings, that's just a cooler, and I live with it. Call, yeah, ace 10, that looks perfect. Okay, didn't even think about that beauty of an outcome. No clue how to click that away, but that was sweet. Pocket queens up here in a 4-bet pot as well. Checking is an option. I'd rather range bet that here. It's not like I mean, villain should have some kind of 7-8 suited, 8-9 suited, 9-10 suited, but just like him folding some kind of, or floating some kind of shit is all good. I just smash that board. My bluffs have an ace, or they connect like they are like some king jack, king queen suited, that I'm just so strong on that board, and that quarter pot bet does lots of good stuff for me. Now I have some trouble. Because I'm blocking both the suited ace-queen combos, which is like his main value range now. But I can't find any bluffs, right? He can have a queen-jack of diamonds. He can have a king-queen of something. I'm blocking those queens as well. And now let's just see what's happening. Check, check. Maybe we check down versus some kind of jacks. That would be good. I mean, the 10 is something he hits every now and then. And yeah, checking, trying to check down while 3-betting my aces and flopping well down there again. Yeah, expected that jam. So what are like the nuts that he's checking back? He's checking back 10s on the turn. He's checking back ace king of hearts on the turn if he's just flatting that pre. So like my ace queen, I mean my ace queen of spades blocker is not too relevant anymore. Now it's more about my like blocking the bluffs, I guess. So I think this is just a good fold, and I'm fine just calling ace x and 10x I'm having here. But I have king 10 suited myself, so if he's just like bluffing it there with his 9s, that's totally fine. And here I went for the sneaky check back, just blocking all the calling range. And up there against Haki, I will just like donate it into him. Like all his min-dongs have been weak so far. He has lots of like 9-7, 8x type of hands that might be calling again, but I will just always fire at the river. Like won't get him, don't want to let him get away with all those min-dongs with random small pairs. So okay, I face a double barrel. I have multiple questions here. He c-bets small on the flop. What does that half pot mean? Like that half pot doesn't, in my feeling, doesn't make any sense, right? I feel if he pots here, I can easily fold. Against half pot, I'm pretty sure I should be calling again. What does the solver tell me here? What is my check raising range on the turn, by the way? How do I continue with my 10-9 or queen 10? What does that now pattern mean for him, right? It's like, does that exist? Like half pot, now 3/4? That seems very, very strong, I feel like. I'm calling my 2-pair, obviously, but I don't have a great feeling. I put him on queen 10. Okay, he's full of shit and sizes up for that reason. Boom, take a note. And yeah, like you use solvers for all kinds of questions. Let's see how Haki gets me this time again. I 3-bet pre, he donks third pot, and I'll check it down. I put him on King Jack, King Queen. Yeah, it's like this third pot is like always that hand strength, but there's nothing I can do with my hand, with my exact hand. But so nice. So up here, I mean, that's a high frequency c-bet board, but I decided to check call that hand. Will checks back the turn. He still has some jacks in his range. I'm just thinking about whether this is good enough for a block bet or not. But I think I prefer the block bet over a check call. Jack 10, ace 7, nice. And down here, early position versus small blind, I flat my ace king versus a 3-bet, which is like more standard than not, just like not a high 4-bet frequency here. And that is actually a hand that I should jam with some frequency. And I think I will actually do that sometimes. Randomizer is okay with it, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think that makes a lot of sense. Get some aggression going here. Cutoff versus button, I play more against the big blind who is defending by calling. So I do care more about the odds I'm giving that guy. That's the difference. But actually, since like just for rake reasons, it would make sense to as well just bet, like raise a little bigger from early positions. So right now I'm just like struggling with the mix a little. Making a super tight fold just because I'm a believer. Jactus, here we go. Shout out to him. Guess most of us know him from the streams as well, so let's get him. Randomizer didn't want to 4-bet, but we are going to play that hand, guys. Let's somehow just hope for him to have ace-jack and have a nice flip. And I'm going to fast play that. 50% is a little too much on that board, so I'm like sizing down manually. Just don't jam your ace-5 of hearts, please, now. That would hurt. Good luck. Ace-jack. Nice. Let's go. How much is it? Is it like, oh, 58. Run it twice with you. Let's go. Good luck. Let's split it. Yeah, that's the first one to win is always good. This is exactly what we were looking for. Sometimes a 3-bet, not too often, that king queen off. Oh, no donk this time from our friend. So he probably got something, or? Okay. Since his other trips were always fast playing, let's get him. Oh, actually, I don't care about the sizing too much. This is the type of guy who might be check calling king 10 and queen 10 and maybe even king queen. So that's a little tricky because I think he's mainly sitting on a jack. Queen jack beats, I think it's too thin. I thought about going for another half pot bet just against this random jack, but this is too many if to really go for it. So queen 8, yeah. He's just too good for us today. Let's get a little out of line, just playing more hands against him. He seems to be such a like spewy, wide ranges type of guy, but he has that 16% VPIP overall. I'm not sure how good those stats are there, but I mean, I gotta rely on it for now. And actually, I'm just waiting. I want him to give me information and check. So. Snap call. I think we gotta give this one to him here. That heart, snap call, it's usually not super strong. If he has a 10, he will call, but he was fast playing quite something. So finally, one for us. So we have the same spot again here, where I mean that's comparable to the 10-6-4 before, where that big bet does not really make sense, but usually it's just kind of, I mean, it's just he's looking at his hand, so usually this is way stronger, and the small bet is really, really weak. So I expect lots of 10s, jacks, and I'm definitely never fast playing my ace-9 here. Even though it's a really good hand. Against the small bet, I might check raise every now and then. And yeah, up there I'm flatting that ace-10 suited. His 4-bet was not too big, so I'll give it a try. Here, well, turn plays itself, and yeah, I mean this here is actually, I mean we have a not gut shot, but this is just a fold because he, oh, 7s, this is really weak. Okay, but I'm just folding my ace-10 suited. I don't believe in any bluffs here, and just the price for hitting a queen is not right. Okay, now we got someone with 14 VPIP check raising against our big bet on ace-king. I mean, I won't go anywhere, but I put him on pocket 3s. No, I don't care. And so now he keeps betting big. I don't know which flush draws he could have, like some kind of jack-9, jack-10, but I mean, my hand is still really good. And this is a river where we can get away from it. Now seeing an ace-3 suited would be fun. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's a really bad check raise against the big bet on that board, but I mean, it's okay. Not jamming kind of hurts, but okay. Down here in a cold 4-bet pot, I can see bet even smaller. Like I'm attacking his freaking 5-6 suit or something. And it's like I could check my jacks as well, but just like a range bet performs better in situations like that. Now it's really the question. Do I sometimes get, like, I mean, this is my weakest hand pretty much. I have ace queen. I have some pocket 10s, but I'm folding those sometimes. And this is... I randomized it and didn't get it, but yeah. Okay. This is really interesting. Which aces does he have? He does have ace queen of hearts. He shouldn't be calling ace queen offsuit. And I'm not sure how much ace king people are slow playing. So now I still have jacks and tens that I partly bet on the turn. I check back most aces on the turn. And I can check back ace king on the turn. So I need some bluffs here just to fold out even a king. And I think I have to go with this one here. He should check most of his aces, that's the thing. I don't think that people do that, so I think I have a very profitable bluff here actually.